Hey, it's Billy Tutko here with T3 Tactical. I'm in Sarasota, Bradenton, Florida. We're going to talk about dry fire for a moment here. The first thing I want to run over is our safety. Number one, treat every firearm as though it's loaded. Number two, keep your finger straight off the trigger until you're ready to shoot, or keep your booger hook off the bang switch. Okay? Be aware of your target and what's behind it, and never point your firearm at anything that you do not intend to shoot, kill, hurt, maim, or etc. Now that last rule that I went over is going to apply here because I'm going to be talking about dry fire. And when you're dry firing, you're going to be pointing your firearm at stuff. We are not going to be pointing our firearm at live things though. I am going to be aware of anything that's alive that's around me when I'm dry firing my firearm. First of all, I'm going to retrieve a firearm from this bag, and the first thing I'm going to do, whether I know it's clear or safe or etc., once I get a good grip on it, I'm going to make sure that it is safe. So, here's a Glock 19. It's in a holster. Okay, I think that every pistol, every firearm that you have, if it's a pistol, should have a holster. Every rifle should have a sling, okay? One, it keeps us from getting our finger on that bang switch, okay? And that's important when we're moving around or doing stuff with our firearm. It allows us to be safe, okay? Now, I don't even have a magazine in this pistol. If I did, the first thing I would do is clear the pistol out of my holster. I would drop the magazine, okay? Now, whether there's rounds in that magazine or not, I'm still going to clear this pistol. So I need to pull that slide to the rear and lock it back. You do that by pushing up on your slide stop, slide release on the left-hand side. Some pistols will have them on both sides. Now, I'm going to visually inspect my chamber and make sure there's nothing in my mag well, okay? Now, I'm keeping it in a safe direction. This is my safe direction also. I just want to make that perfectly clear. So my firearm is totally clear and safe. Now I can let the slide go forward, okay? So firearms, like many things that we do in our life, even if you don't drive for a year, your driving after you've taken a year off from driving is going to not be the same as it was when you were driving every day before that. It's a perishable skill, so we have to practice. Now, range time is very important, and it's good to get out on a range and practice shooting and practice going through your man of arms, doing mag changes, drawing from your holster and putting rounds on target and all that stuff. But we have to practice besides that because a lot of times it's expensive to go on the range, especially with current ammo prices, and sometimes you don't have the opportunity to get out to a range for extended periods of time. Dry fire is something that I like to do when I have the opportunity, so that way I can keep my skills at a certain level, okay? So after I clear the firearm out, make sure it's clear and safe, all right? I'm going to pick my target, which can be, whatever. I usually put a little pasty on the wall or whatever it is that I'm going to shoot, the safe direction that I'm shooting towards, okay? And it's very important that we make sure that that gun is safe and clear because we don't want to have any kind of accidents, all right? So after I get my target up, make sure my firearm is clear and safe, I can then run different drills to allow myself to practice without firing any ammunition. So one of the things I like to do is to just come to compressed ready, and I like to build my grip here, okay? As I push out, I build my grip. I use the thumbs forward grip, which is what's primarily taught in military law enforcement and sports shooting, like IPSC, IDPA, etc. I'm going to push out, thumbs forward. I'm going to bring my gun up to my eyes, get my sights, nice and easy, put my finger onto my trigger, and then nice and easy, squeeze the trigger, okay? So then I'll come back to compressed. I'll rack my slide so I reset my trigger, and then I can continue doing my drill, okay? One of the important things about accuracy, two things everyone wants to shoot fast and everyone wants to shoot accurately, okay? So dry fire really allows you to practice your accuracy without using ammunition, and it can allow you to practice your speed too. If you're practicing coming from compress, pushing out, getting on your sight, seeing your sight, squeezing your trigger, okay? That practice and reps that you get make it smoother when you get out on the range and you're trying to pick up your sights. You're trying to put your finger in the right place. You're trying to get your gun onto your target so that way you can put accurate shots on that target, okay? There are three main parts of accuracy: sight alignment, sight picture, and trigger squeeze, okay? So sight alignment, we're keeping that gun aligned as we're pushing out. When we're getting up to our eyes, we're catching those sights right before we're up on our eyes. We're catching those sights so that way we can keep that gun aligned and get a good alignment, okay? And that allows us to get proper alignment when we're coming up on the range and when we're doing other things. The more we do this, the more comfortable we are, and the more we automatically come to those spots where we're aligned and ready to shoot, okay? So, sight alignment, getting those sights aligned. Sight picture, putting those sights on your target, all right? Putting them where you're looking. You're looking at your threat, and you're driving that gun to that target, and you're driving those sights to that target, and you're getting them on that target consistently. Trigger squeeze, you're putting that finger on the trigger in the same spot every time. So that way, you get consistent pull on that trigger, you're getting consistent grip, you're getting consistent sights, so that way you'll be faster on target and you'll be more accurate on target. Now, the last part, your trigger squeeze, trigger control, you're going to squeeze that trigger, and dry firing allows you to get good reps of squeezing that trigger with as little movement in that gun as possible. Okay, that way, once you go out on the range and you start shooting, you can deliver good, accurate shots. You're practicing your sight alignment, you're practicing your sight picture, you're practicing your trigger squeeze. And even if you're doing this 10 to 15 times a day, 20 times a day, it will help you be more consistent when you go out on the range. I have a thing that when I teach and I talk about, everyone should have a standard. A standard of training, essentially, is what I'm kind of talking about. So when I'm just carrying as a concealed carry holder, okay, I feel that I need to live shoot at least once a month, and I need to dry fire at least once a week. Okay, like it's my now. I'm not saying that you have to use my standards. You don't. But it's my responsibility to make sure that I'm keeping my skills at a certain point. Okay, now I generally do it a little bit more than that when I'm just working and when I'm just a concealed carry holder. But that's my standard for being a concealed carry holder. Don't let it be a year and you haven't fired your pistol or drawn your pistol out of holster or done a mag change or pushed out on your sights and squeezed your trigger. Don't let a year go by and that happen. Okay? If I'm working as an armed professional, I feel like I should shoot, and I don't have to shoot a bunch, but I feel like I should shoot 50 rounds a week. And I feel like I should dry fire 3 times a week. Okay? And one of the ways that I do that, if I'm working as an armed professional, every morning when I get dressed in whatever get up I'm in, I'll do 15, 20 draw from holsters. Present my pistol, dry fire, you know? Of course, when you dry fire, you always make sure you clear the gun out, make sure the gun is safe before you start doing your dry fire, okay? Very, very, very important not to have accidents. So if I'm working as an armed professional, I'm going to shoot once a week, 50 rounds. I'm going to dry fire 3 times a week. Sometimes it's every morning, depending on how I feel, maybe how early I got up that morning, or maybe what detail or whatever I'm doing at the time. I may find like, you know what? It's a certain day of the week or there's something going on in the world right now. I'm going to do a few presentations of my firearm, okay? It's very important to have a standard and then to stick to it. That way you don't allow yourself to slip, okay? And our dry fire practice is very good to help us keep our level of shooting up. All right. That's all I'm going to say about it for this moment. Well, I'm going to say one more thing. So the other thing is I like to also use snap caps, which are fake bullets, and I'll do mag changes also. Okay. I'll do them in a separate video, and we'll put it on here later so that way you can see it. But also, I'll do something in like a gun belt, whether it's open carry or it's concealed carry, and how to do the mag changes and how to do the draw from holster for dry fire or just your draw stroke, either way.
Thanks for watching this video, guys. Billy, appreciate it, man. Always love having you, spreading some knowledge. You know, this is really important stuff. If you're a new firearms owner or if you're going to be one, you know, this is a really cool drill that you can do to practice your skills. You know, like you said, just like we do in Jiu-Jitsu, you know, you want to have a consistent training schedule so that you don't lose a skill. Just like Jiu-Jitsu is a perishable skill, your ability with a firearm is also perishable. So make sure you guys are practicing. Thanks for watching, guys. Make sure you click that thumbs up button if you liked the video. If you want to see more of Billy, comment below. Let us know maybe some specific topic about firearms that you would like us to cover. Share with your friends. Make sure you subscribe if you're new, and we'll see you guys next time. Thanks a lot.